Hello, my name is Joanne DeLisai, and I'm the studio director of Celesta Piano Studio in Victoria, Canada. For more information on my teaching studio, I'll put a link to my website in the description. Now, I received a message from one of my subscribers. She asked me if I could make a teaching video about how to keep her pinky from sticking up while she's playing. So first of all, when we're playing the piano, we want our hands to feel as loose and relaxed as possible. So just for a second, just shake out your hands and let them hang loose. And this is what I call your natural hand position. And we want our hands to be in this natural hand position while we're playing. So our palms are going to feel nice and loose and supple, and our fingers are also very relaxed. So if you're noticing that while you're playing, your pinky is sticking up, that's an indication that there's tension somewhere in your palm or in your hand. And of course, if there's tension in your hand, then it's likely that by the end of your practice session, your hands might feel a little sore. So maybe what we should do first is just practice in a 5-finger hand position. I'm just going to pick a C major pentascale position. And you want to get used to the idea that the only finger that should feel activated is the one that's producing the sound. So let's start with just our thumb. I'm going to actually pick up my hand and drop into my thumb, keeping the rest of my hand really relaxed. And then I'm just going to release that. And now I'm just going to play with my second finger, again keeping my hand as loose as possible. We're going to now go to the third finger. And you notice that I'm picking up my entire hand. I want you to get used to the idea that the sound is actually coming from your arm, not just your finger, but your whole arm is helping you produce that sound. So release. Now if you notice, oh, wait a second, my pinky went up in the air that time. Relax, keep your fourth finger producing the sound, and just sort of tap underneath until your pinky relaxes, and don't pick up your hand until your pinky is in that relaxed position, and then play with the pinky. Now you notice that it's not just my pinky playing, but my whole arm is helping to produce that sound. Okay, so this pinky is connected to my hand, which is connected to my forearm, which is connected to the rest of my arm, all right, all the way up to my shoulder. And then you can try doing that legato. Again, if you notice, oh shoot, my fingers just stuck up in the air, do not play the next sound until your hands has relaxed. So I kind of tap underneath to relax my palm so that it's in a relaxed position. My hand is in a relaxed position. I'm now going to shift the weight from my thumb over to my second finger, keeping the rest of my hand feeling really loose. And I would just wait there for a second, making sure again my hand is relaxed. I'm going to move over to the third finger again. I'm going to just shift the weight or transfer the weight from my 2 to my 3. Keeping my hand relaxed. Now if you notice, oh shoot, my pinky just stuck up again, don't let go of your 3, just kind of tap underneath, let your pinky relax. Make sure your hand is in complete relaxed position before you shift the weight, over to your fourth finger. So now I'm going to just transfer the weight from my 3 to my 4, making sure my 5 is nice and loose. And if it is sticking up in the air again, just do a little tap, tap, tap underneath in a really gentle way until the pinky comes down. Do not play the next finger until your whole hand is relaxed. So it's a little bit of a slow go, but we do have to practice slowly because we need for our hand to recognize what relaxed means. So you might be playing like this right now thinking, oh, my hand is loose, but it's not. It can be even looser. If that pinky is sticking up, that means there's tension happening here on this part of your hand. So we have to practice nice and slow. Make sure you're in relaxed position before you transfer the weight from one finger to the next. So now the student who asked me to make this video, I believe she's playing at a late intermediate level, in which case you can even try doing this exercise on a chromatic scale. I find that works really nicely. So we're going to start with our thumb, And if your pinky sticks up in the air, just let it come back down again. Do not proceed to the next note until it's loose. Then transfer the weight over. And I just kind of feel like this part of my hand, my 3, 4, 5, or my 4, 5, sorry, that's not playing, feels a little bit like dead weight, I guess. And I'm just kind of dragging it along. I'm actually just keeping it, it's touching the keys. It's not making any sound, these my 4 and my 5, but they are on the keys, just in a relaxed way. And I'm not going to move to the next note until I know that my hand is nice and loose. If your fingers stick up in the air, do not proceed until you do a little tap, tap, tap underneath, and your fingers are loose and they've relaxed again. All right, and it is a bit of a slow go. But that's okay, because your hand has to learn what relaxed means. This is not relaxed. This is not relaxed. Do a little tap, tap, tap. Don't proceed until you, oh, this is loose. All of my fingers are nice and loose. The only finger that should feel like it's energized or activated is the one that's actually producing the sound. So right now my 3 feels active, but my 1, 2, and my 4 and my 5 are hanging out nice and loosely. They're touching the keys, but they're not making any sounds. So sometimes I think kids stick their fingers up in the air because they're afraid they're going to play those, play underneath by mistake, and you're going to get a blurry sound. Keep them just hanging out on the white keys, nice and relaxed without making any sound. Transfer the weight over. If your finger sticks up, just let it calm down before you move on. And eventually, you're not going to have to do this tap, tap, tap. Your hand is going to recognize what relaxed means, and you'll be able to do more notes in a row. You could break it up a little bit. Stop, make sure you're relaxed. Stop, make sure you're relaxed. Stop, make sure you're relaxed. Oh, I'm not relaxed. Do a tap, tap, tap. Make sure your hand is relaxed before you go back down. Okay? Stop, relax. Stop, I'm relaxed. Oh, not relaxed. Do a tap, 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 relax. So slow going, but I think you have to do this in a very slow, thoughtful way, making sure that your eyes are watching your hand really carefully. Be patient. Eventually, you'll be able to play the scale all the way through without those little stops, because your hand is relaxed. It knows what relaxed means. Well, I hope that was helpful, and you can let me know in the comments below if your pinky is now in a relaxed position when you play your scales, and hopefully this will transfer over, of course, to your music as well. So we don't want to play with tense hands. You want to focus on your hand feeling in relaxed, natural position as much as possible. Everyone have a great week. Thank you.